morning and welcome to PCTV. I'm Hania Savala.
And I'm Sydney Edwards.
For lunch today, you have the choice of buffalo chicken pizza, grilled cheese, baked potato, and salad. Don't forget, you are no longer allowed to charge at lunch or breakfast. Make sure to check your balance on Student Portal to take care of any charges as soon as possible. Pirates, do you really think you know your school? Well, here's some of our very own acting class students giving you an inside look at PCHS.
So you're new here at PCHS. Do you want to see the real high school? Let's do this!
This is where you're welcomed.
This is where they run a tight ship.
This is where you meet the captain.
This is what guards our school. Wear your lanyard, pirate!
This is where you wear your lanyard.
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 This is where you use computers.
This is where you use computers.
This is where you use fancy computers.
This is where you use computers on a cart.
This is where you get books.
This is where you do football and soccer and marching band and PE and track and soccer
And shut up!
This is where you cheer.
And to stadium stairs!
This is where you get food.
This is where you make food. This is where you get food.
This is where you get food.
This is where you eat and exercise.
It's a gym.
This is where you exercise with no food.
This is where you get coffee.
This is where you get coffee when you're broke.
This is where you wrestle.
And test. This is where you sing. This is where you play an instrument.
This is where you do theater and band practice and choir practice.
This is where you're cold.
This is where you're cold.
This is where you're cold with Bon Jovi.
This is where you get frostbite. Frostbite, oh God.
This is where you're boiling lava hot.
This is as close as you can get to Hogwarts. Keep it moving, Potter. Shoo.
This is where you do art. This is where you do science.
This is where you do math.
This is where you do English.
Qui aprendes una lengua extranjera? Je ne sais pas ce que tu dis.
This is where you write the news in English.
This is where you speak the news.
On video.
This is where you see the news.
This is where you do government.
Hello, this is where you learn about the past.
This is also where you learn about the past. This is where you try to fix your past.
This is where you get superheroes.
And Star Wars.
This is where you get Star Wars in potato form.
Even better.
This is where you learn.
This is where you learn.
This is where you learn in the extreme.
This is where you learn in a box.
This is the freshman hallway.
This is the sophomore hallway. This is the junior hallway.
This is the senior hallway.
North side.
South side.
Inside.
Outside.
Boom!
So where do we register for classes?
Oh, right over here.
The word of the day is tracky. The dictionary's definition is a tracksuit containing pants and suit. But according to Tara Hansen, it is a runner. Now let's send it off to her for our sports and weather update.
Thanks, Hania. Speaking of track, sectionals are tomorrow morning at Excelsior. Good luck, trackies. Track members that have finished their season, your uniforms need to be turned in today immediately after school in the equipment room. Football players should be first in line so as not to be late for the combine. Sadly, the soccer girls' season has come to a close with a 4-0 loss against Smithville yesterday. Students who participated in Spring Sports and Academic Bowl, remember to take the survey found in your email. Also, students, keep in mind the activity bus will not be available next week, so plan accordingly. For a quick FYI, remember Sports and Sorts in downtown Platte City is putting their Letterman jackets on a $50 discount for any student who asks for an in-stock jacket. For more information, call 816-858-5392. Now for weather. Don't be fooled by the sun outside as the weather reads of clouds and thunderstorm with bringing in 88 degrees. Then tonight it will continue to thunderstorm at 62 degrees. And for tomorrow there will be clouds and sun with a thunderstorm at 81 degrees. That's all I have for sports and weather. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tara. Next Tuesday, the newspaper and yearbook staffs are holding a community fundraiser night at Jose Pepper's across from Metro North Mall. Go eat delicious food from 4 to close and help raise money for their trip to DC. You have to have a flyer to give to your server, so make sure you pick one up from anyone on the newspaper or yearbook staff or room 23. Art students, if you still have artwork in any of the art rooms, make sure to stop by and pick it up today. NCC students, the NCC Shadow Mixer is today. Don't forget to stop by the counseling office for your permission slip. Unfortunately, as many of you know, Miss Sherman is retiring this year from PCHS. Here's Tara for a live interview.
Thanks, Sydney. Alrighty, we're going to start this interview off. So, Ms. Sherman, how has your experience coaching sports and teaching at PC been?
It's been great. It's been wonderful. 26 years goes real quick.
So, in this 26 years, what are some highlights of your experience?
Well, again, 26 years is a long time to put into highlights, but the students and the staff, they've all been wonderful, like family, but I think probably the highlight is when my own family was here. There was a time for about 6-7 years when we have 6 family members and 5 of us were in the building all at the same time, so that's probably kind of a highlight.
Well, that's neat, but notice it wasn't this year, students. So, what will you miss the most?
It's been home. I mean, literally home for a lot of years, so that's going to be hard to leave everybody, the people behind. So I want to stay connected, which will be nice. I'll miss the kids, I'll miss the staff, I'll miss the friends that we made, miss the students.
So then what are your future plans?
I'm actually crossing the state line and going to teach in Kansas. I'm going to teach at Olathe Northwest High School. I'll teach AP Government.
Alrighty, so the big $1 million question is, will you be back to support the Pirates?
Absolutely. Yeah, I plan on coming back. We still own our house in Platte City, so I hope to come back to watch the cross-country kids and the track kids, so definitely be back.
Alrighty, well, thank you, Miss Sherman.
Thanks, Tara.
Well, there's the inside scoop on Miss Sherman's departure. Thanks, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tara. That's all we have for you today, Pirates.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Tuesday for our last broadcast of the year.